I watched Squid Game. Holy shit. I know that I'm like 4 months late on the Squid Game thing.
What do I look like when I do this?
You look like the evil Kermit.
You do.
Talking to the good Kermit.
I look like Bruno from
oh, yeah, a little bit.
Hey, welcome to the 15-minute morning show podcast with Froggy, and there's Gandhi and Scotty B at Master Control, and there's Scotty and Danielle. Straight Nate just put on his cap.
Yeah.
And there's Brody in the den, and then a picture of a clock.
That's Garrett. That will be Garrett.
Yeah. Okay, that will be Garrett. Well, we're back. This is day one in our new year, and I think we had a pretty good show today.
Yeah. That's fun. It's nice to see you guys.
It's good to see you, too. And you're in Detroit, right?
I am.
I like the story you told earlier about how your boyfriend almost shot you in the head.
Yeah, so you got to be careful sneaking up on people, especially people who you know have these things in their home. And I know he does. He just was sleeping. I thought it was safe enough. It was really, really early. So I snuck into the house Christmas morning to surprise him. And he woke up, almost had a heart attack, and then yelled at me because I could have killed you. But he couldn't have killed me. I know where he keeps his stuff. He was fine.
You would think Christmas morning would be safe. He could have been Santa Claus bringing some gifts. So why would he want to shoot you?
Exactly. Let me ask you a question. Was there like 1/1,000,000th of you thinking, what if I caught him doing something? Because
for sure.
He doesn't know I'm going to surprise him, because that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
For sure. So everybody, because I told all these people, like, I'm going to go surprise him. Oh, are you sure you want to surprise him? What if? I was like, oh, what if? Great. Let me find out either way then. I'll walk in on him and maybe just get to keep all my Christmas gifts and not give them to him and then cause a scene, But he was just asleep.
Haven't you heard of a story where people fly all the way to the other side of the coast to surprise their boyfriend or girlfriend, and they get there like,
Oh, yes. All the time.
I'm sorry. Do you have Tourette's? What's going on?
What was that?
He's yelling at his
Sorry,
dog.
I had to yell at my dog for a second.
You covered your mouth.
What did you...
So I hit the...
Hold on. You said Percy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It did come out very strange.
Percy makes noise.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was it?
I said, I hit the mute button on my microphone, but not hard enough. So watch, I thought I muted it. So I went like this so you wouldn't see me yell at the dog. So I went, Percy! I didn't. See, now.
You didn't mute
We
it.
saw it and heard it. It was very odd.
No, it's not
It was
muted.
like, oh, boy.
I double hit the mute button. I was like,
Poor
I didn't want you
Brody.
to hear him yelling. He's
It's
barking,
okay.
and I didn't want you to hear him. Yeah.
Wait, Nate, don't we know someone who flew to the opposite coast to surprise a boyfriend or girlfriend, and they were met with a surprise? Who was that? So what do we know?
I was sitting next to a
Nate,
lady
his
on
ex-girlfriend?
I was sitting next to a woman on an airplane coming back from Germany, and she told me that she had suspected that her husband was a little too close to his assistant, and she was flying in to surprise him. And so she was like, she was sure of what she was going to catch him. Whether she did or not, I don't know. But that was her thought. I saw an article this morning in the New York Post. There was a girl who was quarantining with COVID for New Year's Eve, and she found out who her boyfriend said he was going to quarantine, but he was not quarantining. He was with another woman at midnight, and she busted him. Yeah, so it happened.
Aww.
There was a
These are
movie
so
like
sad.
this, but it didn't end up well because the person came in, caught the other half doing something, grabbed an inanimate object, hit the guy over the head, and the guy died.
Oh.
So there wasn't, and then they went to trial, and it was like, they say it's something, what is it? Something
Fit of
rage
rage.
or
Crime
something.
of passion.
Crime of passion.
Crime of passion, yeah. So it was
Toy Story 4, maybe?
no.
It was also one of the storylines in Love Actually. Remember? I think
Yes.
it was Colin.
Yes.
Somebody,
Colin Firth.
Colin Firth. He comes
I watched
home.
that over the holidays. Did anybody watch that over the
I did.
holidays?
Love it.
I love it. I love that
Danielle,
movie.
how many different shows did you watch over the holidays? You were constantly watching something.
Because Disney got canceled and we were kind of laying low because my son had COVID. So we didn't know if we were going to come down with it or if we were, going to bring it. So we kind of stayed in for a while and we just watched everything and caught up on everything and new stuff. And it was,
Us too. We watched a lot of TV. We were all stuck in the house.
We were talking earlier about watching that Don't Look Up movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I was just after it was over, Alex and I just looked at each other and went, "What the fuck was that?"
Oh, now I'm going to take it off my list because we
No,
were looking
leave it
forward
on.
to it.
No,
I
leave
don't
it
know.
on. No, you need to watch it. It has an important message in there.
It's
I'm not
so
saying
bad,
it's
Danielle. You have to watch it.
Wait, how long is it?
like 7 hours long.
It's like 2 hours, 2 plus, 2.5.
That's 2 hours I couldn't get back, so I don't know. You know?
2.5.
Did anyone else see Brody? Did you see it? Did anyone else see it?
I saw it.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I thought it was actually pretty good.
I thought it was good
okay.
too. And I thought it
Okay.
could very easily, even though it was obviously a parody, it could be a documentary about 2021 and the way everybody's handling things.
Yeah. It was quite palpable satire.
Okay.
So, for those that saw it, did you believe Jonah Hill's character? Because he said that he wanted to encompass if the Fire Festival was a person that had access to the White House.
I mean, he was
Kind of did that a little.
Yeah, I mean, he was the typical Jonah Hill character, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said. It was like kind of like the baseline of his character in that movie, though.
I could see that. He was interesting.
I watched Squid Game. Holy shit! I know that I'm like 4 months late on the Squid Game thing, but
See, I that was so disturbing to me.
it was.
I just couldn't watch it.
I could. It was. Every episode was like watching a worse train wreck happen. Oh God, the stress.
Yeah.
Why do you
And then
watch a
thinking about
show
all the
that
ways you would have
stresses the
defeated it.
fuck out?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like on the glass where they were running across or trying to jump onto the little glass. I was like, you idiots. There were bars on the side. You could have just
I
walked
thought
down the
the
middle.
same
What are
thing.
you doing? But whatever.
Balance act. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
I
God.
saw Spider-Man. That was amazing.
Wasn't
oh
it?
my God.
I wanna see
Everything
that.
you could have ever wanted if you're a fan of Marvel in that movie. It was
Really?
so awesome. Oh, people
Brody,
did-
do you agree with that, Brody?
Oh yeah, I saw it opening night, and there's a lot of Easter eggs for real fans of the movies and the TV shows. And so every time one of them popped up, the whole movie theater erupted, just applause and screaming, and it was
cool.
great.
But you know what's funny about Spider-Man? That Sony, the movie company, and Disney were actually just like, you know what? Let's just put it on the shelf. We're done with it. We don't need to. And it made $1 billion.
Yeah.
So I think we're about to have a Seinfeld renaissance, and that's because they put Seinfeld on Netflix.
Yes.
So you're gonna see there's gonna be people and a whole new generation of people watching Seinfeld the same way they binged Friends and The Sopranos when all that stuff was on Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. So watch for it in the coming months. People are gonna start quoting Seinfeld episodes again.
Can I tell you how I fucked up the whole Marvel movie thing for my mom?
Oh, no.
So you know, there's all these movies that led up to Avengers Endgame, right?
Yep.
Where something happened. Can I say what happened?
I don't know if you should be doing that
I don't
here.
know.
Well, you
Okay,
could
well,
say someone died.
There's a
without
character
saying who.
that dies, right?
Okay, all right.
So I go to my mom, okay, we're going to go see No Way Home, the new Spider-Man movie in the theater tomorrow, but we have to watch the previous Spider-Man movie so you have an idea of what's going on because it carries over immediately after that one finishes, right? So we're watching it and she goes, I didn't know blank died. I'm like, oh shit, I spoiled the entire Avengers thing because she had not seen Avengers
Oh.
Endgame.
Yep.
Danielle did the same thing to
Yep.
her husband. He hadn't
So-
seen any other movies. God, Danielle.
So he hadn't seen he saw some, but he didn't see the last two that you really needed to see. And we took him to Spider-Man because he wanted to go. And during Spider-Man, they allude to the character that had died, but they never kind of say it. And so the whole movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, did he hear that? I hope he didn't hear that. But he didn't because he didn't pick up on it, and he still has no idea.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, back to what Scary was saying about Seinfeld. I saw a funny tweet the other day. I said if Seinfeld was on today, the episode would be Elaine spends 6 hours in a testing line. Jerry finds his new girlfriend less attractive with a mask on. George attends an anti-vax rally so he can get super immunity. And Kramer's hoarding rapid tests. That would be a Seinfeld episode.
That would be one modern day.
Yes, it would be.
I know.
So basically, curb your enthusiasm.
So I know some of us saw Emily in Paris, and some are on the fence, and some are not. But there was one scene, and we kind of talked about it on the show. But Emily and Alfie were outside of the restaurant of her ex-boyfriend or the guy she was in love with after he cooked for them, and Alfie went in for a kiss and burped right in her mouth. I ruined a moment like that with my wife Allie when we first were about to do it. I farted.
Oh.
And it kind of just like killed the moment in the sense like I didn't know what to do. She just like looked at me side eye, and it kind of like brought me back to that moment like, oh my God. And I go, do you remember that? And she goes, of course I remember that. That's been like 10 plus years, and she still remembers that one exact moment that I ruined my chance of having sex for probably the first time.
But unlike Emily in Paris, I mean, you didn't fart in her mouth.
Oh gosh. Thank God.
No, but the moment was kind of ruined though, because you knew, like in Emily in Paris, they were probably going to go back to her apartment and do it, but he burped like hot burp right in her mouth.
Ew.
Disgusting.
I would call the cops on someone.
No one else had a moment ruined? No, just me. All right.
Not like that. Yeah.
Just you.
Yep,
Thanks
just
for
me.
sharing.
Oh my God.
Man on an island.
We'll make this your moment.
Yeah.
Oh, can we
how
go
we
back
doing
to Marvel for 1 second?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have the biggest crush on Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He is just Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the next movie. He is my favorite Marvel character. He is so beautiful. I love you so much. Okay, that's all.
Is it because he's good looking, or is his personality? Because his personality is kind of like a dickish, like at times.
No, wait.
He's British.
Well, when he started out, he was dickish. You know, if you watch the movie, the
Right.
original, you know, he was a dick. But it's just everything about him. He's beautiful and he's cool and he looks awesome in his costume and he's just I just love it all.
Confident,
Love it all.
right?
Yeah, he's a dickish, confident dick.
Yeah.
There you go.
Best kind.
How we doing on time, Frog?
He's got 3 more minutes.
Oh,
By the way, Sex in the City does get better in this. It does.
you're on your island again.
I don't care.
Poor Garrett.
I will.
I'll check it out.
Did you know
Yep.
that Alexander Hamilton misspelled the word Pennsylvania on the Constitution? He forgot one of the N's in pen. Did you know?
Shut
I
up.
did not.
Did not know that.
Shut up.
Huh. Did you know that if you walk south from Detroit, you actually end up in Canada?
What?
Man on an island.
Stand in Detroit.
I don't want him
the
on my
city of
island.
Detroit and walk south.
Go, Gandhi. Try
You
it.
end up in Canada every time, Gandhi.
What?
I feel like that's not true.
Is it possible?
It,
There's, I
Gandhi?
believe there's a peninsula.
Oh no, he's right. There is. There's a peninsula.
Absolutely right.
Really?
Yeah.
Two
There
thousand.
is. Look.
Gandhi, you're there now.
Look.
There's a
I'm
bridge
not gonna
to
do
Canada
it, but I'm
called
looking.
the bridge to Canada.
If you walk
Gandhi,
straight, yeah, the other side of that is still Canada.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if you walk south, you're
Shut
technically in
up.
Canada.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Shut
There
up.
you go. There you go.
Shut up.
Anyone
We won't
else?
make it that far alive.
Did
but yeah.
you know that bananas can't reproduce?
They
Yes.
need a donut.
No, yes, they're a hybrid of 2 other plant species, by the way, and there's no seeds, so the farmers have to aid in the reproduction.
Oh.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Where do they put the banana, Danielle?
You know, Brody.
Did you
No, I
know
don't.
that a Russian scientist was researching at the Antarctic ice station and allegedly stabbed and injured one of his colleagues because he kept revealing the endings of books that he was reading?
Yeah.
That's
Shut up.
awesome.
They can happen to one of us.
Yes, me, I'm going, bye.
Did you know if you're in
know?
Antarctica and walk south, you'll get to Detroit?
It's true.
It's true.
I just learned this one today. Did you know that Betty White lived next to O.J. Simpson?
Not
At
for
one
long.
time she did.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So that's
She got
how
out
she-
alive.
And Betty White's cats would go into O.J. Simpson's home, and she would have to go get them, and or O.J.'s cats would go to Betty's home, and she'd be like, "Well, they're here, they're nice. I'm a nice person."
Shut up.
And O.J. would have to go get his cats from Betty White.
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh.
Did you know that until 1987, they performed surgery on babies with no anesthesia because they thought babies felt no pain? Until
What?
1987.
That's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Shut
gosh.
up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Crazy. I know.
Did you know Emily
Oh,
in
what?
Paris is so good?
Yes, I knew.
No.
I knew. I knew.
Did you know that grapes catch on fire in the microwave?
Yes.
They do?
No way.
Yeah,
We
because
talked
we used
about that not
to
too
we
long
used to do the great grape race,
Yeah.
and they catch on fire.
Have you ever had cotton candy grapes? They're so good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They taste artificial, but they're not. It's weird.
Yeah. So good.
I think we're done. Are we done?
Is that it?
Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.